There's not a lot of Tesla stock news today, but we got some important stories, and let's start with a bullish rumor. Giga Shanghai is operating at full capacity with a current Model 3 production rate of 1,200 units per day, most of which are exported to Europe. That's definitely great news if this is true. Next month, we could see an all-time record of Model 3s produced ever in a single month. If this is true. It's certainly possible. Maybe it won't happen, but if it does happen next month, then December, I think, is very likely. The oil giant British Petroleum is about to buy $100 million worth of superchargers from Tesla. This is a big deal. It's not just me saying it's a big deal. Martin, who is in charge of Tesla's investment relations, he works for Tesla, he also says this is a big deal. This is pretty much a first of its kind. Tesla has confirmed that it is selling its supercharger hardware to British Petroleum in order for the oil giant to deploy its own Tesla built but BP branded stations at its locations. This is certainly good news because now also any company that owns gas stations will be thinking, oh, maybe we should buy some Tesla superchargers and put them in our gas station so that we don't go out of business later. BP will start rolling out the superchargers in 2024. Here's an official statement from Tesla. Selling our fast charging hardware is a new step for us and one we are looking to expand. So expect to see more deals like this. Tesla stock earlier this year rallied so much already because of the supercharging deals. Maybe now Tesla stock will rally because of all of these potential deals. Maybe not, but that's something that's certainly possible. Overall, this is great news. Oof. Volkswagen says EV orders are down 50% in Europe. This is not great for Volkswagen. And what is this? Lucid Air is recalled over faulty software in rear seat heaters that could burn passengers. Well, there you go. Lucid owners and investors have one more way to burn themselves. The most recent rumor suggested that Tesla should begin Model 3 deliveries in China this month, at the end of the month, and it is actually starting now, today. Gary thinks this should boost Tesla's registrations as soon as next week, but next week maybe the number will still be low because it will be the first week, but I would expect the volume to pick up quickly after that. Here's another country in Europe where the deliveries are supposed to begin tomorrow. Green means that deliveries already started. This whole map will turn green very soon. There's a new showroom and service center in the Philippines. This is not officially from Tesla. This is a reseller, but still, this is good. But maybe it won't be too long before Tesla opens its own actual official showroom and service center, assuming that everything goes really well here. And we also know that Tesla is about to significantly expand its presence in Northern Ireland. And relatively recently, we learned that Tesla is also expanding in South America. So we might see a few more countries where Tesla is going to expand seriously, and perhaps Tesla will also enter multiple new markets. India is one of the more exciting ones, but that one is going to be difficult to enter. Oh, Tesla is planning a sport version of the Model 3 with sportier seats. This is based on information coming out of Tesla's latest software update. The new version will be equipped with new front seats that feature bigger side support and headrests as shown on this render. I like the current Model 3 seats, but improvements are always welcome. For comparison, here are the old seats on the left and here are the new seats on the right. These look a bit more like Cybertruck seats. Definitely more like Cybertruck seats. The Hacker Green also says that Model S's and X's are getting the RGB ambient interior lighting. He also says that Tesla seems to be a lot more careful about the release process, so nowadays if something shows up in the firmware, it's almost certainly already being installed on the line as we speak. He elaborates that there will probably be 2 RGB lighting packages and that perhaps the refresh Model 3 will have an adjustable suspension, or that there will be different variants of the suspension, or at least that there will be an ability to adjust suspension damping. Tesla launched a leasing offer for the Model Y in Denmark, making it more affordable to everyone. If you compare it to these two EVs, it would be a bit of a head scratcher why someone would go with the ID4 instead of a Model Y, because the Model Y is quite a bit cheaper over a period of 36 months. Morgan Stanley just released a new note about Tesla stock. Interestingly, they only value the auto business that Tesla has right now at $86 per share. That's based on Not that many deliveries in 2030. They expect that Tesla will deliver only 7.4 million units. Next year, they expect 2.25, and a year after that, 2.86. Their bear case Tesla stock price target for the next 12 months is $120. We just learned that the Model Y finished September as Europe's top-selling car overall, earning the honor for the 6th time in 9 months. We now know also how many Model S's and X's Tesla imported into China in September, and that number is 642. Tesla made its debut on Fortune's 100 fastest growing companies in 2023. This seems a bit late, but we'll take it regardless. Tesla's number 2 on the list, and you can also see all of these other companies here. Tesla Cybertruck promises to test America's great political divide. Bloomberg did the study where they show that people that vote for the left, they are a lot more likely to own an EV, and people who vote for the right, they are less likely to own an EV based on EV share of total cars on the road. They should have really flipped this chart a little bit so that you can see the people that vote for the right actually on the right. The strikes are coming to an end, at least for Ford. The top wage will increase by 33%, and temps will see a 150% wage increase, says the UAW president. This is a tentative deal, but looks like it is pretty much done. No deal with GM or Stellantis yet, though. The starting wage rises by 68%, and some workers will receive an 85% increase immediately. Dan Ives predicts that now GM and Stellantis are the next dominoes to fall, likely getting a deal done over the next week. And earlier we saw lower demand for Ford. They cut prices, but now they are increasing prices. Maybe they're just preparing to try to lower their losses. GM's Ultium Cell Spring Hill plant completion got delayed. GM is choosing to slow down in a market they desperately need to compete in. It has been 1 year since Elon let that sink in. Exactly 1 year since this moment. Mercedes shares fell as it reported lower profit and revenue and highlighted pricing challenges in the electric vehicle space. The CFO described the EV market as pretty brutal space. Yeah, well, Mercedes had a chance to actually work with Tesla very closely. Mercedes actually had a chance to basically buy Tesla if they really wanted to. Instead, Mercedes chose to sell its Tesla stake. That was back in 2014. Completely unrelated to the matter, GM stock is down 25% since Mary Barra became the CEO 10 years ago. This is actually great news for us Tesla stock investors because we have so many customers in Europe. The European Central Bank holds interest rates steady after 10 consecutive hikes. People will no longer perhaps need to pay higher interest rates than getting a loan for a new vehicle. They will still pay high interest rates, but no longer perhaps higher interest rates. Look at how efficient and effective Tesla is. So all of these superchargers come sort of pre-assembled like this, and they just lift this thing up, they put it down, and it's basically done. Volvo's CEO said that he expects their EV margins to improve because prices of raw materials are coming down. Tesla should also greatly benefit from that. And before you say, whoa, Volvo's margins are improving, they are getting better, what's going on? Here are some key points from their earnings. Net total revenue dipped by 9.9%, free cash flow decreased significantly, BEV unit sales plummeted by 27% quarter over quarter. So yeah, it's no surprise when gross margin showed a healthy increase, reaching 20.5% versus 18.2%. BEV gross margin surged to 9.3%. This is not net margin, this is gross margin. So overall, Volvo's strategy is basically the complete opposite of Tesla's strategy. They are trying to make less vehicles, but at a higher profit margin. Tesla is trying to make more vehicles despite lower margins. I can somewhat relate to Jason here. He's an all-in Tesla stock investor. I have been through 26 different 10% or more single day Tesla stock drops with an all-in Tesla stock portfolio. I think once you hit 20 days, you don't feel much and you can have a pretty normal day. For me personally, after going through the drop in early 2019. That was not fun. But after that, I really didn't feel much. I just got more excited when Tesla dropped after that. If you watched my videos a year ago, you know what I'm talking about. I was very excited in December last year. Trust in media reaches a new low in the US. This is the share of US respondents by level of trust in mass media. In blue, people still trust the media, and in red, people don't trust the media at all. Yeah, my trust in the media has steadily gone down. It just keeps reaching new lows over and over again. This will come as a surprise to many, but this is the president of China talking to the governor of California, not the president of the US. Based on this very short clip of 1 minute 25 seconds, the talks between the two were very, very friendly. Perhaps the president of China thinks that Gavin Newsom will be the next US president. Porsche joins Tesla in warning about high interest rates. Of course, Porsche hasn't cut prices by 20%. Tesla has, says Gary Black. So in his opinion, Porsche can blame the higher interest rates for demand weakness, but Tesla cannot. But looking at the sales here, it would appear to me that Taycan already reached its all-time high sales earlier, at least in the US. LK Machinery has unveiled their massive 16,000-ton gigapress. For reference, the Salvador gigapress is 9,000 tons. With average interest rates now reaching 10% for new car loans, we got this message from a Toyota dealership employee. He is a finance manager. We are on pace to finish with the worst month in quite a while. Folks who are buying are paying cash. This is a great Twitter/X update. You can now actually call other people on X. For now, this only works on iOS, and you can receive calls from anyone who you follow by default. I think you can change that. Yeah, you can definitely change it. Elon just posted this political post, but I don't think this should be political at all. This is about the government using Twitter to suppress speech. I don't think that should be political.
Hi, everyone. I'm Elon Musk. Come on. Tesla. Very good.
Teslas are very good. LG Energy has decided to utilize its new Arizona factory as the primary production hub for the 4680 series battery. The company plans to start mass production of the 4680 battery by the end of 2025. And I'd like to thank all of my Patreon supporters. By joining my Patreon, you will get access to how much I think it is fair to pay per Tesla share each year between 2023 and 2033. If you sign up for the investor tier of support, you will also get my valuation model of Tesla stock with a 45-minute video walkthrough. And YouTube says you should watch this video next, but if you haven't finished watching that discussion about the feature with Elon Musk, watch this one first. My name is Matt Potius. Like and subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.